Hey Deckers, I finally got round to showing you World of Warcraft Dragonflight running on this Steam Deck LCD. Now this is around a year late, a huge thanks to Hill and Knowlton Strategies for providing me a key and some game time to test this one out, and also a huge apology that it's taken me this long to do it. As you can see, this is running through battle.net. If you want to install battle.net, check out the Easy Launcher Installers Guide in the description, and I'll pin it in the comments as well. Graphics wise, this defaults to a low preset, but you can up this to good, and it also sets the anisotropic to 16 times and runs with FSR 1. Now, although this does work and works pretty good, you can also up the game quality to 5, which gives a very good overall view, and even keeping that FSR 1 enabled does provide a very solid 60 frames per second. Now, in some of the early stages, especially if you go the dragon route, this performs and looks exceptionally good, but later in the game when you zoom out of it and you see much more of the game world, a lot of that FSR 1 pixelation comes into play, and in some of the older game areas as well, it doesn't look so good. So I'll show you that in a little while, and we'll remove the FSR 1, you'll see just how much better that looks. Now, control wise, this is a mouse and keyboard game. It doesn't have controller support, or it didn't when I did this originally. However, there is a fantastic community layout by Dwarf called WoW Keybinds that you want to apply. This will be for the battle.net launcher because obviously it's running WoW through that installer rather than directly. However, I did find that the mouse movement was a little bit over the top. As you can see, it's set to 275% mouse sensitivity. I did drop this down to around 150% and this felt much better. So if you do find it a little bit over the top, then just go and change the joystick mouse sensitivity down somewhat. I found this much easier for navigating in the game. Otherwise, that preset works exceptionally well, but I do also recommend enabling auto loop, which I'll show in the options in a little while, as this also makes things a lot easier for one button pickup rather than having to pick everything up manually every single time. As you can see, we do get a few dips here and there around the 50 frames per second, but they are very minor dips and it doesn't last very long. So running these settings is exceptionally good. One of the other things that I do recommend obviously is turning on that auto loop in the control panel, but also changing the camera for the camera following style to only when moving. Otherwise, as this normally sits at never adjust camera, it can make things a little bit more difficult when moving around with the left stick. But if you change this to only when moving, then it feels much more like a standard controller game where the camera follows your movement. So if we skip to slightly later game where we're in one of the game worlds, we want to turn that fidelity super resolution off and change it to a point. Then we get a very good overall view. With low settings with that point sampling, it does run fantastically well, but you can put this up to good like you saw in the first section without that FSR and get a fantastic quality game. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be diving into World of Warcraft anytime soon, as it is still a subscription game, or whether you'll be diving into World of War Classic. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
I need to target something first.